Welcome back to Elevation Solo. I'm Erica Taylor. For those of you who are new here, thank you for joining. I want to also share with you that this channel is about changing our mindset, being positive, and making sure that we're making the most healthy decisions and choices so that we can live an elevated life. At the last particular video, I talked about fear of success, and I feel that we all have experienced this particular zone in our lives one way or another. The other piece to this, which is so important, is that this work isn't easy. And I'm sharing this with you not as a mentor, not as a teacher, but as someone who has gone through it and still going through it. The work isn't easy because it frames your life in a different way. It causes you to look at your life differently. It also sheds the light on those who are really in your corner and those who aren't, frankly. And what it can do is propel changes that maybe you feel like you're not ready for. So that's why fear of success is so important. But there's a part two to this, right? One of the things that I came back with as I created that video and had the time to really think and ponder about the lessons I was sharing was this, that sometimes we play small. So I'm urging and encouraging all of us not to play small anymore. And what I mean by that is we all have unique gifts. We all have unique talents. And sometimes those talents and gifts are so overwhelmingly positive that unfortunately we come back to our old tapes where I'm not enough. Someone may laugh at me. What I'm doing doesn't make sense. I'm too old to do this now. Maybe I'm not that good. I saw someone else do it and they do better, and maybe I don't have those particular skill sets or talents or experiences that really can cultivate me to be able to be a champion for myself. If this sounds like you, it's because I understand and because I have actually been there. I am a writer at heart. I love writing. Writing inspires me. Writing actually elevates me. And what I have done is I have also experienced a fear of success. The fact that I used to do column writing and now I'm going back into that is a little bit of a fearful moment for me. But I'm going to tell you, I'm ready to cultivate it. I'm ready to move forward. And you have to get there too. Now, it's not going to take overnight, as I mentioned. There's going to be some steps to get there. So it's so important that you be patient with yourself, but at the same time, don't sit on it. Go ahead and move in that direction. So the second piece that I mentioned about in fear of success was action. If you had a chance to look at that video or didn't have a chance to look at that video, go ahead and do so. Action is so important. So what I want for us to do, and I say us intentionally because I feel like it's a work that I'm also doing as well. So I'm not just telling you what to do. I'm also sharing with you that I'm also doing the work. So 3 things that you want to start today. 3 things that you're going to do that's going to bring you closer to the goal that you want. Whatever that goal is, it's your personal goal and you own it. You don't have to share and talk about it and discuss it openly, but you do have to decide that you're going to do something different than what you're doing right now, which is thinking about it, putting things off, and saying I'm deprioritizing that particular goal. I'm going to wait for next year. I'm going to wait for 6 months. I'm going to wait for this life event to happen, and then I'm going to act. Today is the day that you're going to act. You're going to act by doing 3 steps. 3 steps that you want to take in order to get yourself closer to that goal. The other piece to this is I don't want us to frame ourselves and thinking about too much about what doesn't work for us. But it's so important for us to do the homework, isolating that fear. What is the reason that you or we are not taking those steps? Are we living in the box of someone else? Or are we actually living in the box of ourselves? That's a question we have to ask ourselves. So that's very important for us to do. This work isn't easy. I've said that before, but I want us to take those intentional steps because elevation is a journey. It's not a destination. I haven't arrived at being an elevated woman, but I am working on being an elevated woman. So we're going to do this together as a community. It's a push and a pull rather than a tug, if that makes sense to anyone. So I want us to make sure that we take a hold of that and we also encourage ourselves. The other piece to this is everyone's not going to like your journey. Everyone's not going to like what you're doing. Everyone's not going to cheer for your successes. It's just a reality. But what you have to determine for yourself is, this is what I want, and this is what I believe, and this is what I'm worthy of. And this is my moment. This right now, this moment is my moment. No one else is going to take that away from me. I'm going to move forward and I am going to do what I need to do. When I say this, in all honesty, you have people in your life who are cheerleaders, who are supportive of you. But I feel like if you allow yourself to speak too soon about what goal you're trying to achieve, what goal you will achieve, what happens is you dissipate the goal. So what you do is you cause people to provide the subtle influences and make you stop or hinder your pathway. We don't want that. We want to be intentional and we want to be focused and we want to be centered. And the only way we do that is if we are working on this by ourselves and we're being honest with what we're trying to accomplish. We're being realistic about those goals that we're going to achieve. And we move out of the idea that this is not going to work or any of the negative beliefs that come about, because there's no place for that. So that's what's going to be important for us. The other piece to this is journaling. If you are a journal person, if you like to journal, go ahead and write in a book, some type. You can get them from all kinds of big box stores, and just write what it is that you want to achieve. But not only what you want to achieve, but what does it look like? Like, what is that success going to look like for you? Be intentional, be grand about it. This is a grand step for you. So I want you to feel that you're being grand. What I mean by that is, what will this look like in the future that shows that you have been successful? What will your life look like? You know, how will you feel? What will be your mindset? What will be some of the things that will be around you? What are some of the opportunities that you're going to have? I mean, play with it, dress it up, walk through it. Do whatever you feel, but I'm going to tell you this, there is no container. You do not provide a container for this. This is the work that you're going to do, which is going to shape your direction on what you're trying to set. So what this does is, this helps you understand where we are right now, where we are in the future. So if we continue to think about the future, guess what? When there are any type of roadblocks or stumbling situations, or you have a shift where you're not so positive that day, we do have them. What you want to do is focus on what that success will look like, because that's going to help you get out of bed. It's going to help you drive yourself. It's going to help you go to that meeting. It's going to help you set up that appointment. Whatever it is, the steps it's going to take you to get to there, you're going to be able to be so charged that you're going to accomplish whatever that is. And then we will set ourselves up for greatness. Greatness is going to be the part of this. So fear of success is not something that can't be mastered. Oh, yes, you can master it. You can master it wherever you sit. Whatever life experience you're having right now, maybe you feel like, you know what, Erica, I'm not there yet. I have a lot going on in my life right now. I just don't have time for it. I want you to make the time. We make the time for everything else in our lives. Why don't we make the time more for ourselves as women? We give and give to others. And I know this by heart. We give and give ourselves to others, but we put ourselves on the back burner. And what we want, what our aspirations are, what our lifestyle, what we want, what we achieve, what we want, what God wants for us is for us to be successful in His eyes, wherever His success, His purpose is that He has provided for us. That's what we walk into. The other piece to this is to understand that success is an arrival point, meaning I may get there, in 2 months, I may get there in a year, I may get there in 6 months. It doesn't matter. What matters is I didn't give up on myself. What matters is that I took the steps necessary, that I was concentrated and dedicated to what I said I was going to accomplish, and I did it. That's what's important. Now, we got all of this out of the way about playing small. We're not going to play small anymore. So if you feel like that you are having to deal with the fear of success and it causes your palms to become sweaty, it causes you to say, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm cut out for this, you're in the right space. Because the only way that we can be successful, well, not the only way, but this is how you know that you're on the right track, is whenever there is a degree of discomfort that comes about when you move into a goal, you know that you're on the right path. When there is comfortability and everything feels good to you and everything feels, I don't want to say old, but you're used to it, that's when you know you need to stretch further. So I'm encouraging us to take this journey about being an elevated woman. It's not an easy task. It's not an easy road, but I really feel that if we do this together, we can accomplish it. We're going to be cheerleaders, but not cheerleaders in a rah, rah, rah sense, but cheerleaders in the sense of, you know what? You can do this. I don't want to hear the negative self-talk. Or you hear someone doing the negative self-talk or negative talk, period. You put a stop to it. The other piece to this is that we surround ourselves with people who are aspirational in our lives. Wherever you are, I don't care if you feel like you're on a pinnacle of success, you always want to be around somebody who is winning even more. And what I mean by this is not an imitation, but an understanding of what they're doing, because that's going to help you stay in the positive mindset. If you or surround yourself with people who don't have the same type of drive, ambition, to a fault, to a bit, make sure that it's in a balanced sense, right? If you don't have those types of individuals who are around you, you're going to be in the same spot. So it's very important that we surround ourselves with people that we aspire to be. So if we do that, then our mindset will naturally shift. We will expose ourselves to different things that we're not used to, but it's good for us. It's like good food. So what we want to do is make sure that we do that as well. So I've covered a lot in this particular talk today. I call it my little chat talk. So, but I want you to know that I'm here for this journey with all of you. And thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for also being a part of this journey. And if you like more content like this, go ahead and like and comment and also subscribe. Share it with others. I am growing this community and I'm all for the small beginnings. I really am. I am totally okay for it, because that's going to make sure that I do this authentically and that is organic when we talk about growth side. So I'll leave you with all of that, and I wish you the best. Take care. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to elevate yourself and elevate someone else.